Today I wanted to do a video on my most anticipated reads for 2019. This isn't like most anticipated new releases. These are just books that I already have on my TBR shelf that I am very excited to get to. These are just books on my TBR that I think are going to be 5 stars, and I wanted to do this. I actually filmed this video once before, and then I read a bunch of the books before I could put it up. So these are an updated version of that video that I never posted. And these are just books on my shelf that I think are going to be 5-star reads. I think this will be fun to look back at the end of the year or whenever I've finished them, if I finish them all, and see if my guesses were correct or incorrect. The first book I have here is Robin by Dave Itzkoff, and this book is my newest acquisition. This is the book I bought most recently. As soon as I saw this book on Goodreads, I wanted to have it. I love memoirs. I don't have a ton, but I do love memoirs, especially of people who I kind of grew up enjoying. And Robin Williams was one of my favorite actors when I was younger. I've seen so many of his movies. I just think he was such a great person. He was so funny, and it was very, very sad when he passed away. I don't cry often when celebrities pass away, but when I heard that Robin Williams had died, I was gutted. He was just such a beautiful person, and I have a feeling this book is going to be very heart-wrenching, but also really funny, and I think it'll be really interesting to read about his life and things that I wouldn't have known as a kid or just that I haven't known over the years. The next book on the list is The Boat Runner by Devin Murphy. Honestly, I don't know a lot about this one. All I know is that it's based in 1939, and it is a family. I don't know if it's just brothers or 2 brothers and their dad, but it's a family who smuggles Jews out through their boat. I'm not exactly sure what country this is set in. Like I said, I don't know a lot. It's a historical fiction, but I have a feeling the story is going to be really good, and I'm looking forward to reading this. Another historical fiction is We Were the Lucky Ones, and this is written also based in 1939, and it's 3 generations of the Kirk family. They're doing their best to live normal lives, even as the shadow of the war grows closer. As far as I know, this follows like a Jewish family that escapes the war or makes it through somehow. So obviously we were the lucky ones because they survived. I think this book is going to be insanely gut-wrenching, and I am very much looking forward to reading it. I've had this on my wanting to buy list for a really long time, and it finally came back in on Book Outlet, and I was so excited to pick it up. The next one is the Illuminate Files. I still need to get the 2nd and 3rd book in this series because I want them all. I think these are really beautiful. Honestly, I have a hard time deciding whether to leave the dust jacket on or not. This is by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. I don't really know anything about it. All I know is it's a sci-fi. It's been super hyped. Maybe it's overhyped, but I have a feeling, because I think it is YA, as long as I can get into the characters, I will really love it. And I think it'll be a pretty quick read because a lot of the pages are like, I don't know how to explain it. It's not written like not all the pages are filled with text. So I have a feeling it won't take as long to get through as the size of the book looks like it will. And then another one, which is based on a true story, is The Tattooist of Auschwitz by Heather Morris. A friend of mine read this, and she said it was really great. I have been eyeing it for a while. It came in the mail like a couple of months ago, maybe a month ago. Whatever vlog I showed you guys I opened it in, but I'm looking forward to this book. I think it's going to be incredibly heartbreaking, but also a really beautiful story. Definitely looking forward to reading this. I have a soft spot for like World War II based stories, so I feel like all of those just kind of rip my heart into a million pieces, and I am looking forward to reading this one. The next one is the last one in the pile featuring a World War II book. This is the Lila Girls. Again, I have no idea what this is about. I know I knew back when I ordered it, but I've since not read the back. I don't really want to know what it's about because I don't want to like hype myself up for it because I've been expecting this to be really good for a really long time. But I think this is also going to be a 5-star read. Even if it's not, I think it's like one of the most beautiful books that I own. I just think this cover is absolutely wonderful. And the last book on this list is More Than We Can Tell by Bridget Kemmerer. I read Letters to the Lost this past year, and I absolutely loved it. This is the companion novel following Rev's character, which is one of the side characters from Letters to the Lost, Declan's best friend. This follows Rev and a girl, I don't know if her name is Emma. I can't remember what her name is, but she's like a gamer, and she makes like an online video game, and then she starts getting harassed. I don't know what happens. I loved the way that Bridget Kemmerer wrote Letters to the Lost because the characters really had depth. Even though they were teenagers, they weren't like dumbed down and super immature. So I'm hoping this book gives me the same sort of feels. Rev was one of my favorite characters, so this is like, I'm holding this pretty high in my mind, so I hope that it impresses, but I am super excited to get to this one, and I think it's going to be a pretty fast read. I know the other one was really easy to get through. Anyway, those are all of my most anticipated books for 2019. Those are the ones I think are going to be 5-star reads that I already own. I may add more to the list as we go, but I will talk to you all soon. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. Let me know if any of these are on your TBR, if any of them you've read and loved, and I will talk to you all soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!